Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do at that. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads.
How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show?
Who the fuck is a Shadow?
Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming.
You're sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Phelps era famoso, hein? Loading. Então, já vamos ver o que vem por aí. Eu acho Lane.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Signal Hill.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed.
E a outra mulher, mais vídeos pra censurar, mais coisas pra censurar, mais peitinho, tudo mais. Ih, merda. Olha, é noite.
Sunny California.
Ah, porra. O meu atropelo não, pô. Mano, a merda. Censurar é ter que censurar. Porque é chato.
We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Yeah, Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up in San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first pitches.
Tô dizendo, mano, olha os papos do maluco. Ele tá sempre defendendo. Ah, não existe. Esquece isso daí, Phelps. Isso daí é coisa que você vai botar na tua cabeça. Que isso? Não existe um assassino em série. Não confio em ninguém desse jogo, mano.
That guy there will lead us up.
Tá, chegamos à cena do crime. O que tem pra nós? Ah, tá. Tem que seguir o brother.
Stealing myself for what I'm about to see.
That'll just be another dead body. Get used to sin. You're the gig when you work in homicide, Phelps.
Então essa é a tua vida. E talvez por isso já acostumou a matar. Tô te sacando, brother.
Detectives?
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Dessa vez não vou precisar censurar, caralho!
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Temos um padrão aqui, aparentemente. Tá. Não, solta a mão. Solta a mão.
Find anything interesting?
Estou procurando. Essa não tinha anel. Entendi.
No drag marks. Killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
Foi isso.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Justo. Faz sentido. Mas e o carro? Não, o carro não, o sapato. Ah, aquele filho da puta. Não me diga que é aquele maluco chatão. Não, não é só uma tia.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Tá.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Do nada, tia. Ó o sem teto. Foi bizarro. O que é isso aqui no chão? Oh, dinheiro.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Tá. Pega pra tipo. Ela não vai usar mesmo.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks for your help.
Um adendo. O jogo tá muito bonito.
Can you keep things under control until Pinker and Carruthers finish up?
Sure, Detective. We'll stay out of their way.
Interessa. O jogo tá muito bonito com esse climinha de chuva. Será que não tem nada pra cá mesmo? Aparentemente não. Sapatinho? Não. Tá, vamos lá então. Vamos vazar. Boa. Quero mudar de carro. Vou escolher qualquer um aqui aleatório. Brother, tu já tá dentro do carro por quê? Vermelho pra variar um pouco. Lavanderia. De vez em quando é bom dar uma variadinha de modelo, né? Por mais que aqui aparentemente não vire tão bem.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on it. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Cara, ele tá tentando muito convencer que não é o mesmo cara. Tá sendo estranho já. Porque padrões podem mudar justamente pra desconfiar que não é a mesma pessoa, né? Ô, caralho. Burrão. Sabe uma parada do jogo da Rockstar? Pega um carro, vai aparecer. Carro sempre parecido, né? É foda isso. Vamos pegar um carro diferentão aqui pra ver no que dá. Aparece uns 500 semelhantes. Ou 500 iguais. Chegamos.
At least the rain stopped. You can change back into those white bucks now.
Washing Machine Heart. Esse ficou muito boazinho, inclusive.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
Eu não lembro. Sou péssima com números, caralho.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Boa. Mas nada?
Have a lead. Let's find out what the husband has to say.
É verdade. Ainda bem que o carro tá aqui, né? Vamos ver se, ué. Vamos ver. Como no sem teto. Oh, para de buzinar, faz favor.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, I guess we ought.
Ué, tá achando que não? Vamos lá, depois a gente vai lá falar com o cara. Cara, mas o jogo tá muito bonito com esse nublado. Caramba. Ficou muito lindo toda a ambientação, o céu. O dia mais escuro e tudo. Perfeito. Eita porra! Perdi o controle. Voltamos. Vai que dá bom, vai que dá bom. Confia. Tá aí, onde que é a entrada do acampamento sem teto? Caralho! Onde que é a entrada, mano? É aqui? Tem uma entrada nisso aqui? Não sei, mano. Tá pulando, não é. Se for ver onde que entra. Rapaz. Aqui? Aparentemente não. Como é que eu entro na parada sem tetos? Pelo menos sem teto são seguros, né? Porra! Olha isso. É impenetrável. Caralho, irmão. Aqui. Ah, bom. Phelps, desce, Phelps. Mano, como assim, velho? Parece uma espécie de canteiro de obras. Esse cara meio que tomou conta. Não tá errado, não. Aí, como é que eu chego lá? Aqui? Mano, não sei. Irmão. Como assim, velho? Cara. Ah, tá. Entendi.
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. You know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
The bum isn't here.
Look at these people.
We should follow the lead. These guys can wait.
Tem certeza? Ah, então só a rica surtou mesmo. Previsível.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions...
Slow and steady,
Gente
come
rica
on.
não pode ver pobre. Isso.
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Any Century unit, a possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza, unit to handle code 3, identified.
Ah, não. Acabou o diálogo, então? Posso continuar o que eu tava falando? Tá. Gente rica não pode ver pobre. Se vir, provavelmente é um assassino ou tá fazendo alguma coisa de errado. Então a mulher viu o cara num lugar aleatório e presumiu. É ele o assassino da mulher. Madame é foda, né? Complicado. Tá. E por aqui é um bom caminho. Ou não. Esse mapa é um labirinto. Ah, não, é aqui mesmo. Carro todo acabado de novo. Duas crianças.
Hello? Yes? Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
É, cara, vai com calma. Tá nervosinho?
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. You got nothing to hide.
Operator, give me R&I.
You want to hear something funny, Tarleton?
Putting you
Some
through
bums
now.
think filling out a missing persons report actually rules them out as a
Phelps,
suspect.
badge 1247.
Não era a intenção ligar, mas já que tá aí.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thank you.
Não quero falar contigo agora. E que tranks. Que é isso?
Need to check if she was a regular.
Barbarian.
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Ih, será que teve que quebrar pau? Talvez. Mas nada? Tá.
Not much help.
Beleza. Solta a porra.
Nothing significant.
Uma cor de criança, né? Que queria ter.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Tá, calma, vamos com calma, Phelps. Oi, criança.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
Doesn't look like anything.
Ok. Ok, tudo normal aqui. Ó.
So she went out without her handbag? At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Tem coisa pra ver, pô. Tem alguma coisa a mais? Não sei. Eu indico que talvez tenha, mas... Não fez aquele barulho de que tem alguma coisa. Ok, então.
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
Teve uma briga, então, se pá.
You can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
Caralho. Só os maridos que matam as mulheres mesmo. Essa blusa molhada.
Lars was out in the rain last night.
Pois é. Os caras tudo doentão, mano. Pega esse quintal que é uma merda, né?
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Sim. Caralho. Será? Também foi?
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Mr. Tarleton, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Spill it, Tarleton. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
Tá, último contato com a vítima.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Ele tá parecendo ser sincero.
Why did you only report your wife missing this morning?
I thought she would have called up last night from the bar.
Puta que pariu.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
I think you're lying, Lars. I think you were mad at your wife for embarrassing you in front of your friends. I think you came back here and strangled her and then dumped her body on the hill.
You think I strangled my wife? How do you expect to prove that?
Putz.
Sorry. My mistake. For the record, Tarleton, did you kill your wife?
Oh my God. No. I didn't kill my wife. And fuck you for suggesting it.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. Bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Thanks for answering our
Beleza.
questions, Mr. Tarleton.
Metade.
You'll need to go downtown to identify your
Tipo, ele
wife.
realmente não parece culpado.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life. Sounds like the Tarleton broad had her last drink at Baron's Bar. We should check the place out.
Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Lá no barzinho, então. Puta que pariu, mais um rolê. Opa! E esse carrão aí? Quero. Eu não vou roubar o carro de uma pessoa assim do nada, né? Aí é complicado, é xarope. Mas eu acredito que ele tá sendo sincero. Eu posso estar errada mesmo. Tipo, ele não parece ser uma pessoa que está mentindo. Barzinho de novo? Mais um barzinho?
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough.
It's about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
Terry. Acho que é isso mesmo.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
Would you recommend the special in this?
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable.
This is a tasty burger.
Sentado
Who was she
suspeito.
with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
Ih, tu tá com uma cara de que tá me escondendo alguma
The
coisa. Hein?
likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
She was murdered, Benny. Brutally murdered. If you like this lady, you should give us something.
You telling me I'm not cooperating? Watch it, pal.
Tá, desculpa.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
Olha lá o cara.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD.
Não corre.
Don't make me
Puta
chase
que
you,
pariu, o cara
shitbird.
correu de novo.
Can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Toda hora alguém corre, mano. Pra quê? Qual a necessidade?
Come on, gotta ride. Get in and drive.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Isso, atira, vai.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar
porra.
when the Vic in.
Listen,
Você
a
quer
creature
filho
of
de quê?
habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Tô tentando, mas o cara é bom. Provavelmente tem CNH e eu não, pô.
Hit him, Cole. Spit him out.
Tô tentando, porra.
Let's end this farce.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Ih, fodeu. Quer fazer aquela manobra de bater na... Ih, fodeu também.
He's showing you how it's done.
Eu tô saindo do vaso do carro. Fodeu.
Come on, Phelps, you're letting this lust get away from you. Maybe you shouldn't have waited for me, Phelps.
Ah, sai fora. Estão chegando,
Don't
estão
go to
chegando.
sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Queria ter feito a manobra de deixar
Clean
ele.
this asshole off the road.
E na roda de trás ele...
Spin him out, Cole. The road's wet.
Essa aí. Puta que pariu. Para de correr, meu brother. Ai, que bosta. O jogo vai fazer descer uma escada. É sério. Por que não pular? Subir em algum lugar? Não sei. Não sei o que rolou. Se ele subiu. Será que é o checkpoint?
God damn it, get after him, Cole.
Ah, é. Ah, é.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Ah, já
Come
fudeu.
on, Phelps, you're letting this lust get away from
Tô
you.
tentando, brother. Tô tentando. Não tem culpa que esse carro é uma merda. Mas você deu o cara mais. Azar.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the victim.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, you're sticklers for routine. Let's end this farce.
Ai, que bosta, bati.
I'm showing you how it's done.
Caralho, pensei que ia ser aqui que ele ia
You
virar
should
já.
have waited for me, Phelps.
Ah, não enche o saco. É aqui que ele vira? Não, também não. Onde é o lugar que ele vira?
Wish me luck.
Vamos lá, vamos ver. Essa vez é sucesso, vai.
Spin him out, or the road's wet.
Que isso, porra? Meu carro quebrou. Meu carro quebrou. Vamos ver se vai dar bom, né? Outra hora deu ruim. Nossa, achei que ia dar reset na missão, mas não. Só meu carro quebrou porque eu bati demais, se pá. Ah, então tu tinha vindo pra cá. Entendi. Ah, mano, para de correr, velho. Sou sedentária. Ele parece?
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Obviamente não, né?
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
Eu acho que tu tá mentindo.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Bom, acharam a carta lá num táxi, né? As peças estão se ligando, aparentemente.
There's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop. There's an
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man.
Thanks, man.
Boa.
That was the one. About a week ago, this guy murdered his wife and dumped her. That's the top.
Delegacia, pô. Vamos pegar lá o poçante feio pra cacete. Ei, não me atropela, sou polícia. Respeito a autoridade. Cadê o brother? Ah, tá vindo lá correndo, boa.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591.
Hey, hey, hey.
The vehicle has been identified at a gas station.
Vem, pô, vem.
West on 7th Street.
Vem, vem cá, vem cá, vem cá. Tá, vem, cola aí.
Garage on 7th Street. Let's hit it, Phelps. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together. I hope you're right.
Vamos lá.
You see our taxi anywhere?
$11K, yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer.
Tá, tô indo, calma, caralho. Por acaso ele vai se movendo? Não sei. O mapa leva um ano pra aparecer, né? Aparentemente. Tá pertinho. Suave, então.
Where's that cab got to now?
Táxi, 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 táxi. Tô indo em busca do táxi.
Yellow cab number 3591. Vehicle identified at Reggie's Cafe, heading north on Whitmer. KGPL clear.
Tô indo lá, calma aí. Não tem por que ter pressa. Ih. Eu mandamos nos lugares errados aqui de entrar, né? Como sempre.
You see our taxi anywhere?
Car 11K, your suspect vehicle, yellow cab 3591, sighted at 6th and Valencia.
Tá. Acho que tô chegando. Aparentemente é aquele ali. Esse mesmo.
3591, that's him there, Phelps. Hit the siren.
Como é que eu ligo a sirene?
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It's a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
Não foi preso, mano. Fica tranquilo aí.
All units in the vicinity in any central unit. 211 and shots fired 410 South Flower Street.
Agora sim, delegacia.
Code 3 identified.
Na verdade, nem sei se esse maluco foi tão útil aí, porque sei lá, não foi uma informação tão relevante assim, eu acho. Mas tamo aí, né? Não era minha intenção bater nesse cara aí, mas aconteceu também. Acontece. Azar. Tá. Vai demorar ainda pra chegar. Meus FPS tá indo. O jogo tem uma playlist bem boa. É uma pena que não dá de deixar mais alto. Tipo...
All units in the vicinity in
Lembra um pouco Máfia. Máfia 2, principalmente. Máfia 2, ele é bem uma vibe. Música bem nessa vibezona aí. Fallout também tem umas músicas assim. Puta que pariu, cadê a delegacia? Eu não chego nunca. É ali? Eita porra, não.
Easy.
Tô tentando. Pelo menos a delegacia já é aqui perto, se eu não me engano. Olha só. Pelo menos o modelo dos carros é bem completo. Tem até parada de marcha e tudo. Legal. Assustei vocês, é? Lamento.
He's in an interview too.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Interview 2. Interview 2. Interview. Aqui.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
Incidente com Bates.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab, and I caught a bus back to the base.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. Left around closing, maybe 1:30. We got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
It's not how I'd put it.
So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
And what happened at the Crystal Ballroom?
Nothing. Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
We're holding you till we can clear this
A
with
mulher
the
tava
driver.
loucona, mano.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
Goddamn. What now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
Tá, tem 2 coisas pra fazer então.
3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hook. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K.
Ai, desculpa.
11K,
Cara
go
dos
ahead.
cachorrinhos quentes.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Terrelson picked up.
11K, roger. Calling all cars, citizen reports officer needs help.
Detonei o carro já. Que maravilha.
6th Street and Lindley Place. 6th Street and Lindley Place. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Tá. Mano, só porque é pobre já chegou com uma shotgun.
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested.
They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far. We need you to stay focused. We need to hold out for the cavalry.
How do we do that?
Caralho!
Disciples know what you did last night? We need to fight!
You can't do this.
O cara é bom, velho. O cara é muito bom. Não dá de pular, não? Caralho, o cara é bom, mano. Quem diria?
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested.
Vai ter que ser um movimento preciso
Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
pra lidar com esse maluco.
We need you to stay focused. We need to hold out for the cavalry.
How do we do that?
Buckshot, keep you down, Phelps.
These men know they're harboring a murderer. We need
Yeah.
to fight for it.
Joe Lewis.
Killing make you feel powerful.
Ó. Sim, cara, tem que ser preciso a full pra... Vai lá. Aí sim, pô. A segunda tentativa de sucesso.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Alguém do teu passado, Phelps? Ackerman,
Gremlin's
mano.
over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
Os Ackerman, mano. Saudade de Shingeki no Kyojin.
This isn't.
Ah, mas tu conhece, pô. Certeza que não?
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
É, verde com a bolsinha da mulher, né? Ó, corda.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
Ah, jornal faz tempo, né? Que eu não achava esses jornais.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack.
Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Sumiu morfina. Beleza, então. Perdi alguns, provavelmente. Delegacia, terminal de ônibus. Primeiro vamos no terminal de ônibus, né? You can do this. E que é você? Acho que sim. Dá bem, pô. Ah, mano, não tô afim de dar uma puta de uma volta. Ai, cadê os carros? Me dá um carro, me dá o carro, velho.
I'm sorry, sir. Police officer. I need your car.
You sure you're a cop?
Sim.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession, and we can charge the bum with murder.
Então. Ele, né? Esse pá tá com a bolsinha da mulher. Talvez seja ele. Ou talvez não. Já apareceu um cara espiando. Mas... quem colocou a carta no banco do táxi? Ou não é o mesmo caso? Depois eu vejo isso na edição. Acho que não é o mesmo caso. Sei lá. Não, eu tô confundindo as coisas já. Eu tô confundindo. Nada a ver. É muita informação assim do nada, velho. Tá maluco? Já tá anoitecendo, né? O caso levou o dia inteiro. Que legal. O jogo fica muito bonito à noite. Esse caminhão é ótimo pra descida. Desce bem, desce bem. E para bem também. Aí eu acho massa. Mas sobe que sofre. Tá, onde que é a parada dos ônibus? Aparentemente é longe. Eu já tô rodando há um tempinho. Eu não ia te atropelar, brother. Relaxa. Não. E aqui? Que porra. Finalmente. Chegamos. Caminhão. Caminhãozinho. Os ônibus estão meio na merda, hein? Tá, como eu vou falar aqui? Tá cutscene.
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe trip now. Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
Oops.
Hey, there's such a thing as soap, you know?
Need to run a loop.
Wow, that looks like.
We're not going to drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
Haha. Tá tirando, né?
Hey, fuck you, asshole!
Que isso, porra? Vamos ver. O que é aquilo no mapa? Ah, tá. Dá bem, pô. Imagina se não fica marcado, tá maluco? Eu ia ficar puta se não marcasse a rota, pelo menos, no mapa. Vamos lá. Encontrar um ônibus. Uma cidade desse tamanho. Ainda bem que temos uma rota, né? Os carros atrapalhando um pouquinho, acontece. Estou num caminhão. Fazendo isso, muito que bem. Podia ser num carro mais rápido, podia, mas não seria tão interessante. Aquilo lá é ônibus? Acho que é. Tá. É o ônibus, se pá. Yeah.
There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD. We're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
Bugou um pouquinho, né? Massa. Eu tenho igual, sabia? Ah, opa, carrinho é esse aqui. Ah, acho que é igual que eu tava. Não, é diferente. Tá. Agora só tem a delegacia mesmo. Entendi. Cadê o brother? Ah, cadê o brother? Cadê o brother? Não tá ali dentro. Vou sozinho, então. Azar. Alone by myself. Daqui a pouco ele aparece do nada. Sei lá o que rolou. Deve ter bugado. Isso aí, corre. Se não sair da frente, já era, meu amigo. Tá. Nossa, esse carro que é bom, hein?
That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road.
Get.
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trousers. He left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm gonna call for some backup. These bows hate cops.
We're going this way.
Yeah, I want to make
Que lugar?
homicide.
Que?
You know you've got it made if you can get to that desk.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines. How do you know? The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrellson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
Não me
You
convenceu.
hate women, Ackerman.
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate
Psicopata.
Mrs. Terrellson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrellson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Óbvio que não tem, né?
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
You have an alibi? Someone reliable. Someone who will be around on the day of the trial.
Fuck your trial. The capitalist system needs another victim from amongst the masses. So be it.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
Sofrer não é motivo pra ser um filho da
man
puta.
down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Ui, legal. Então nós é os homens de confiança. Temos na cidade. Pois ele quer a justiça para Terrellson se Stuart Ackerman for julgado. É. Justo. Sem ferimentos. Bom. Não levei o soco do maluco. A segunda tentativa. Bom demais. Mas então é isso. Ficamos por aqui. Continuaremos na próxima.